do you feel about deviled eggs? The white people food.
I like them.
Mm-hmm.
They're really filling, and I can't eat a lot. And I have a hiatal hernia.
Ooh.
So like I get full
What is that?
really fast. It's a hernia that sits above your stomach.
Mm-hmm.
And like right by your lungs. So like you start eating and your stomach is
Pokes
above
through.
like where it's supposed to be. And so you feel extremely full and it's painful, but then you get really hungry half an hour later.
Right, because you didn't get enough.
But then I'm on something else that counteracts that. So I don't get hungry.
Wow.
And I love eating. I love eating.
Eating's fun.
It's so sad though, because I'm fucking fat. And it's just because I don't move. I can't move. Guys, my body's broken. You don't know that about me yet.
You don't know that about me yet, but I'm broken.
Bullshit.
I'm sorry. Yeah, we're getting to that age where we're not, we don't bounce.
Fucking, I can't wait till this summer though to go to that lake again.
Mm-hmm. We don't.
Oh,
It's Secret Lake.
yeah.
We'll never tell.
You'll never know.
You'll never know. You'll never find us.
We found the best lake. Nobody there.
Yeah, you guys had a perfect, pretty perfect.
Yeah, Stan,
Northwest summer.
for this to be like his introductory summer on the West Coast.
We had summer
yeah.
almost all the way to October this year.
Yeah.
Which is really nice.
Yeah.
I still want to take you guys to Central Oregon and explore over there. I'd like to show you guys a few things.
I'm sorry. What does the back of your laptop say?
Whores.
That's it?
That's one of his favorite bands. My Aunt Robin saw it. So James has one of his favorite bands is called Whores. They are, how would you describe them, James? Like metal-ish?
Noise rock, I guess. I don't know.
They're pretty... They're really good.
I don't understand because there's also giant
Steve
picture of
Buscemi.
eyeballs.
Yeah,
Steve
Buscemi.
Buscemi's eyeballs at the very top of it. So it just looks like anywhere James goes, he's looking at whores. Like just
That's
looking
his-
at him and
that's
saying,
his style.
Whores.
James, he's shrugging.
That's awesome. You just take a picture of it. See, I wish we were.
No comment.
This is over. Oh my God.
Buscemi eyes and whores.
There's no mistaking that that's his.
I'm sorry. I don't know why I think that's so funny.
My Aunt Robin didn't quite get it. She was a little upset. She's like, James, why does your laptop say that?
It's with Steve Buscemi eyes.
I'll take a picture. I'll post it.
I know that it shouldn't be that
The creator of that is it's hysterical.
Oh my God.
We follow
it's
this
so
amazing
fucking
creator again, not sponsored. Wouldn't mind to be, but Meth Syndicate on Instagram. And where else is he?
I don't know.
God damn it. Now he's pissing me off. Now it's happening.
This is what Stan does to me.
Wow.
Right. And then
Leave
like
me hanging.
and then like
That's cool.
company leaves and he won't shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Cool.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Well, moving on. I'm moving on.
Rascal Flats. I'm rascal flatting you right now.
I'm rascal flatting James right now. When I'm mad at him, I call him James. His actual name. Not really.
That's the only time you'll call him by his real name.
Yeah.
Do you go to sleep with the TV on or off?
Okay, listen.
Is it weird that I want to know how you fall asleep at night?
Is it weird that I want to smell your perfumes? I just want to see what your clothes feel like on my body. Now he wants to speak.
Now you want to fucking speak.
It's comforting that you don't know how we fall asleep.
Fuck up.
There he goes.
I want to
Pop
be.
it off.
I want
He's
to be
getting brave.
inside of you. Is what I'm saying.
I
want to wear
I want
you.
to be one. I don't mean to be weird.
Have you ever
but
seen the movie Centipede? I want that with you.
I want that. I'll be
With
the friend.
you.
Do you want me to
Okay.
answer?
Yes.
Well, listen. I learned to sleep with the TV on with you.
I know.
We used to take naps. Kayli and I in high school, I lived with them a couple times. Maybe we'll unpack that at some point.
Maybe.
But I lived with them a couple times in high school and after. And Kayli and I would take the perfect nap.
Mm-hmm.
We'd build a nest.
Let
get
me
a
tell
fan
you
on.
something. If you don't have a nap friend,
What are
go
you doing?
get one.
You're losing.
If you don't have a friend that can just come over and like you're hanging out and then you're just like, do you want to take a nap? And they're
like,
like,
hell yeah.
abso-fucking-lutely. Like, let's do that.
Say less.
If you don't have that person, I feel that's sad.
I feel bad for you.
That's sad.
We need that low
Yeah.
pressure friend.
Just fucking. So you have I have nighttime movies. Like there are certain ones that it's just okay to put them on 500 times. I will fall asleep within 5 minutes of them being on.
It's precious.
So what do you do now?
Well, I learned to not sleep with a TV
because of James.
because actually, so I stopped. So I have ADHD, and
no fucking way.
I know, it's shocker. I have to have some sort of white noise on to
why you gotta be white?
It could be. I actually listen to brown noise.
I listen to black noise. I don't know.
You know what brown noise does? You know what brown noise does?
I'm not answering.
Do you know it?
Yes.
Okay. But I would listen to some static style noise to cancel out the, my rapid fire thoughts. Since James and I have been together, he has a style of falling asleep with the TV on. Mm-hmm. So we don't really watch movies to sleep. Our favorite thing to fall asleep to is the Great British Bake Off.
Naturally.
All of them. Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
Gordon Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares.
Okay.
What else? What did he started he threw me for a loop this week. He started a new one.
So we would also love to watch The Office falling asleep, except for the goddamn theme music every 20 minutes.
Oh my God.
Yeah. If we could cut that out, then we'd just watch that probably a lot more.
I just watched that all day long yesterday. Zach had never seen it, so I made him watch like 4 episodes. I think you filthy animal. Why? You'd never seen it?
I'd never seen it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's great.
But yeah, this week I just like randomly chose a like documentary series thing about like a Wyatt Earp, I guess, an Old West thing. I don't know. It was like, that looks like boring as fuck and would probably put me to sleep. And it did. And it worked really well. And it was only like 3 or 4 episodes. And so I just started it over again. And we've gone through it a couple times this week.
So he gets to choose what's on TV more often than you?
Yeah. Because I fall asleep really fast.
Oh, see, okay. I do too. But I wake up every 45 minutes to an hour. Where Stan takes a while to fall asleep, but if he's out, he's out. But I have TV on when I fall asleep because I can't listen to my own thoughts. I have to have something, but the volume has to be just low enough where I can't really hear what's going on, but I can hear enough, right? Because if I can fully hear it, then I'm engaged.
We have ours between a 7 and 8.
Yeah, it's like this almost white noise, but of TV that I have to have something.
Say? I don't care that much. I'm comfy.
But I can't have The Office on when I'm falling asleep because I listen because it's too funny.
It's hysterical. Yeah.
So it has to be. I sleep most nights to murder documentaries.
Wow.
Like Homicide Hunter. Because it's that drawl of the same way he's talking about the Western Wyatt Earp shit. It's just the cadence in which they speak that it's like, oh, I can be bored and fall asleep. But if you listen, it's really interesting. But it's just, it's right there.
It lulls you to sleep.
And then Stan will be like, can we turn the TV off now? And I'm like, fuck.
See, I'm with Stan.
Because if I'm not asleep.
I hate the light.
The lights out, yes. But I also dim the TV before I go to bed too.
Oh, see, I don't know about that. Maybe we need to dim the TV. I'm really sensitive to lights.
We turn
it's just
all the way down as dark as it'll go, where you can still see. But it's because if fucking all of a sudden it's a white like scene, you know what I mean? They're outside. That's
what I'm saying.
Sunny.
That will wake me up.
Yeah,
and then I'm not happy.
Yeah, no, I haven't had a good night's fucking sleep in so long.
I'm sorry. Pain. Am I right?
Yep.
Chronic pain's real.
It's bullshit.
You're bullshit.
I'm gonna take some Percocet.
Okay, here's my question. This is a must have heard you wrong. Let's catch up. Okay. And this one's a little deep because I wanna go there.
How many inches we talking? How deep is your love though?
I just froze.
It's really gross.
You did. I was like, you just I got excited. So here's and I want you to go first because I need to think about my answer. So this is a two-part. What do most people overestimate about you? And what do most people underestimate about you? Let's take a moment. Let's think about that. Winnie's thinking too.
She is.
Winnie.
What do people overestimate of me? That I can do well. It sounds really silly talking to you about it right now because I'm in a really weird state of my life that this is not normal. Like, this is not my norm.
Obviously.
This is not who I am right now. This is a weird fucking jumping stone of bullshit.
Which we will talk about that too,
Yeah.
like what you're referring to. So tag that one.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be a next story time.
Yes. So people just thought that I could do everything because I would never get frazzled. I would never show any sign that I was too much. So everything was on my plate, which is my fault because I said yes to everything because I'd rather do it myself than have it be done wrong. It's just a control issue. And I don't underestimating my sincerity. Maybe.
I could see that.
Like, because of
it's weird when you're funny, right?
yeah, and I maybe it's a me thing, but I always think that the times that I lost weight and was like, I was a very attractive young girl when I lost weight, and
You still are.
so shut your mouth. So Zach like hated me at that time and judged me, and just his entire like image of me changed. Like that all I cared about was appearance and blah 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 blah. So I don't ever want anybody to think that I'm like basic or just surface level just because I like to wear makeup and take pictures of myself sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, it makes me fucking feel good to like do that. And you know what I mean? I don't
do it. And who gives a shit what anyone else thinks?
like, I am fucking
honestly,
sincere in everything that I do and say.
Yeah.
And
And if somebody thinks
good.
that's weird, they're weird. Worry about yourself.
That was a deep one. I like that question.
Thank you.
Back to you.
The first part of our question is the same. I am also pretty stoic and have a good poker face, and that is a good and bad thing. It's good in that you don't show you're not vulnerable at times that you don't want to be, but it's bad because then it gives the misnomer to people around you that
You don't need help.
yeah, or that you're fine. And it's just like, just because I can handle it doesn't necessarily mean
I
that
want
I'm
to
fine.
or should.
Yeah, right. So that's one. And what people underestimate about me, I don't know how to
Spiral
qualify
it. Say everything that's
but
happening
it's
in your
basically,
brain.
I feel underrated in almost every facet. I feel overlooked in general. Like, I don't know. I feel like
That's
I haven't
weird.
Well, see, hear me out. Because like in a professional sense, and I mean, you haven't been here, and just hanging out with other people, I just feel like if I'm myself, so my clowny self, that's still me. That's myself.
It's a part
But
of you.
I've simmered down quite a bit. I'm not as immature, even though everything fart, bring it on.
Right.
And I just feel invisible.
That's so
in a lot of ways. I feel like my purpose for a lot of people is service because I am a doer. I make things happen. I'm speaking in generalities because it really doesn't matter the context. Like, if I don't know it, I'll figure it out. Not saying I know everything, but I think you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I just, at work, sometimes I feel overlooked. It's like, I'll say an idea, but then the man, and I'm not trying to make this like a fuck the patriarchy style thing.
It is a
thing.
It's totally a thing.
He's older. Like, we'll literally say the same thing and he gets heard and I don't. So that kind of, I feel like I must have something about me that rubs people the wrong way. Like, I feel like I have something about me that's annoying to people. And so I get kind of overlooked or dismissed.
There's so many things I want to say, and I'm just trying to shut the fuck up.
No, you're fine. So that's what I think. I feel like people are like, oh, it's just, I don't know. Anyway, what were you going to say?
I'm going to try to like keep it on track. I am high. Okay. When you said that you feel like there's like a thing that is annoying or blah, blah, blah. Like, the thing that is causing any of those feelings is the lack of confidence, right? Which is crazy to me, or for you to feel invisible. I think people view you as somebody that a service, yes, because you're giving and because you're kind and because you're caring and you actually feel what other people, like you'll put yourself in somebody else's shoes and go there with them for even just a minute to understand them. But for you to say that you are looked over, like, I don't know how you behave in other walks of life. I'm not at work with you. I'm not at a supermarket with you. But you're so dynamic and special and bright and shiny.
Aww,
and you've always been that to me. Like from the minute I met you, oh my God, this girl's different. And my family saw it too. And so it's just strange to ever think that you think that way. But I'm not trying to be fucking sweet.
No, I know.
You're such a force. And that's why, yeah, maybe people, accept your service or use your services provided, whatever. But it's also because it's you that's doing it. Like people just want to be around you. And I know it's draining and exhausting sometimes for you to.
It's so sweet.
But I'm not trying to fucking be sweet. I'm so fucking serious. I've always. This sounds really shitty, but I'm not impressed easily by humor, or by people's. I love a person with a sense of humor. I love it. But smart humor and timing and things like that, you're impressive. So even when you're just speaking and it's not funny, you're impressive. Your use of words and your ability to form sentences in a way that other people just don't because they're average.
Thank you.
You're just special. So, and shiny.
Thank you.
You're just a shiny fucking thing.
That's how I feel about you. Exactly.
You lying cunt.
I will never.
Are we scissoring now? What are we doing? Oh my God.
I appreciate you saying that.
You're stupid.
Something that made me feel really good was my birthday this last year. I just wanted to do brunch. I love breakfast. I love brunch. And one thing that kind of validates what you just said to me, and it's been really hard to accept, but I'm trying to see that, is everyone that I invited to my birthday came and then some. People heard about it and were like, can I come? And there was how many? Over 20, there was 25 people at breakfast.
Right.
What? That was so nice.
If you're not around, that's the first thing anyone says. If Andrea's coming, oh my God, I love Andrea. Oh my God, Andrea's so funny. That's the first two things. There's never.
Maybe I just feel it in a professional sense.
Or maybe you have some issues with your mother and father that have contributed to your lack of confidence in your abilities.
And society. And
maybe you didn't feel seen by one said person.
No. That could be.
I wish you could see yourself through my immediate family's eyes.
Yeah, you guys
my
are
dad
going to give me a head. You're going to give me a big head.
No, a normal sized head that you've needed for years. But my dad looks at you he's got this look when I'd be singing or something and I'd do something he didn't expect and it would impress him as a musician, and you wanted that because my dad's incredible, right?
Yes.
But he'd give you this look. It was almost like a smirk. It's this thing, this little twinkle in his eye.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know.
And he looks at you and the shit will come out of your mouth and that twinkle.
Him and Jeremy both give me that.
Because it's just fucking bitch. God, she's good. It's you know what I mean?
Oh, thank you. I don't feel, I'm so glad to have you guys back because it's been real dark without you.
Oh.
And people, you're saying, it's you're not impressed with humor. Neither am I. I'm not impressed with people.
No.
Most people.
Really, though.
Look, this is going to sound rude as shit. Shit. Did you hear me say?
Rude as shit.
Oh, Winnie's rude.
She's telling you she loves you.
I love you.
Winifred. Miss Sanders.
Oh, I forgot what I was going to say. Damn it.
No.
ADHD.
You said I'm not impressed with people. And then you said, fuck. Can't you tell us?
Well, it goes along with what you said. Just people aren't that funny.
You said this is going to sound really rude.
That's what I was going to say.
Enough.
The older I get, the more I realize how precious time is. And you've heard me say it a lot. I know Winnie, she's with me on this.
Baby, come on.
I don't want to spend time with people that don't care about me, and it's reciprocal. I'm not, it's no shade. It's not that I wish ill upon you, but I'm not interested.
Right.
There's a lot that I'm not interested in. I know a lot of people, but I don't know. I have a great group of friends in my community, and I'm done.
Your circle is small.
Yeah, and I'm good with that.
Yeah, no, people are. I don't know. And maybe like the world is so, I'm such a speck, you know, in the big scheme of things. But like I want special people like that.
And we do have some. We have really good people, and I just think it's super. You know, I'm not saying cast everyone aside, but you have to.
No, of course not.
I've learned to not be so much of a yes person, kind of to touch on what you were saying before, and to set more boundaries.
Yeah,
I have, which is really hard. It's really hard, at least for me, to say no when I've been such a people pleaser.
Yeah.
Yes, style person.
And like I attribute owning restaurants to that. Like I had to say no. There's a fucking business to run, and you literally have to say that sentence. Like I have a fucking business to run. I'm gonna say no. So it made it easier. But I remember at first having to like break down that. Oh my god, then everybody's not gonna like me.
Right.
Like holy shit. If I do this, like they're gonna talk shit about me. People don't talk. They don't talk shit about me.
They
like,
respect it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that I've actually felt and seen. Oh, that was the other question I was going to ask. Okay, one more. Must have heard you wrong. Let's catch up. I thought I knew the answer to this, but at the end of the day, I don't.
What?
What are some of your most irrational fears?
God.
Like stupid. Like I'll go first. I'll think of one. The dark. Like somehow that, like if, like I'm going to bed. Winnie is. Oh my goodness.
Doesn't you love that?
Oh, Winnie.
It tickles so bad.
Oh God. James doesn't even do that.
Hi, baby.
One of my fears is, okay, this is the most
irrational.
that there's a shark in a pool. There's no sharks
Jeremy
in the pool.
says the same thing.
It's dumb.
Something must have, but like I
think
like you
Jaws did it.
Yeah,
it's just
it was
leftover Jaws drama. I spilled birria on my chest, and she smells it.
Sure you did. Andrew, you were dipping your nipples in that sauce. I saw you.
I was hoping you'd have a bite.
You full on no shirt dipping the tips of your nips
Dip,
in
dip,
the beauty
hooray.
of sauce. Irrational thought.
That's so sick. I'm just thinking about it. Do you remember how we described that one girl? Looked like her boobs were dipped
They were
in
dipped
pink.
in paint.
Yeah.
Dipped the point of the tip, dipped in paint.
The entire pointed of the boob is an areola.
Oh, baby, you wanted attention. That's so sad. I don't think that I have irrational.
Okay.
No, because I have anxiety and panic attacks, and my brain.
So it feels really real.
No, it's just that I plan for any possible scenario. So it all is one big fear that any number of these 27 things that I just put myself through and have already had the conversations for could happen. Like I told you a couple months ago, I was showering and I heard my dogs barking, and had convinced myself that my dogs I had left them outside, that they were barking, they had pissed off a neighbor, and my neighbor shot them. Okay. I know that's not what happened. You know what I mean?
It's a little irrational.
Because when I was a kid, my cat Misty, my neighbors got mad because it kept going into his yard. So Misty, my first cat, white, beautiful kitty, he fucking took her and shot her in his backyard. So that's why
we write it down.
You know what I mean? So
Where is he? Where is he?
I couldn't believe it.
That is so disgusting.
Yes. Killed my fucking cat, my first cat, Misty.
I'm so sorry. That's awful. I will spare you the story of, well, actually, no. I'm going to tell this story. It's sad, and then we'll move on. It's sad, but then vengeance, okay? So just know that there's a vengeance. Vengeance is mine! We ride it down! So this is when my parents were still together. They were married. I was a baby. And they lived out in the country here in Oregon. And they had a big German Shepherd named Zeppelin.
Okay.
Bobby Led Zeppelin. And sorry. It's because my dad's a musician. So Zeppelin, they had it's the country. There were no fences. Dogs roamed around. They tried to keep Zeppelin on their property, but he wasn't violent. Nothing like that. He wasn't aggressive.
Right.
The neighbor had some Christmas trees that he was growing. Like it wasn't like an official farm or anything like that, but it was his stuff. And he had told my parents apparently, hey, you need to keep your dog off my property.
Oh, no. I'm so upset already.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up. And they're like, yeah, well, you know, we'll try, but if you see him, just call us. We'll come get him. But he normally stays over here. Well, my dad's at work. My mom's home with me as a baby, and she hears pop, pop, pop.
Stop it. Winnie, cover your ears.
Yep. And my mom
Are
looks
you
outside
serious?
and she sees their dog laying on.
Oh my God.
He was on the border of it, like on the, what's it called? Like the property line. Yeah. Like on either side of it. He's like just on the border. And my mom has a newborn and is beside herself. Like the neighbor is shooting. And so she calls my dad at work. And my dad and I are very similar in that we are way chill, super chill until we're not.
Mm-hmm.
Madsen.
We put the mad in Madsen.
We put the mad in Madsen. So my dad comes home, and my dad, we are all animal people, right? Oh, God, the world doesn't deserve dogs. And my mom tells my dad what happens. My dad sees the dog, obviously. And my dad goes and knocks on the door. Did you shoot my dog? And the neighbor's like, you know, I told your dog to not, you know, I told you to keep your dog off of the property. He was pissing on my trees. And my dad's like, did you shoot my dog?
Uh-huh.
And he said yes. And my dad laid him out.
Oh, good.
Flat.
Oh, my God.
His wife starts screaming, oh, my God, my husband. And my dad's like, fuck you. And, you know,
my God.
laid him out. And he said something along the lines of him, or I can't remember my dad. I want my dad on here and he'll tell you because it was perfect.
Oh, my
But he said
God.
something like, if that didn't take you out, I will.
Mm-hmm.
So you better watch your fucking back forever because I will never forget this. And I have a gut, like just went off. And he was like, I am watching you, motherfucker. So they call the cops.
I can see your dad mad. I can absolutely see it.
It's scary. They call the cops. Cops come over. You know, my dad is digging a hole, burying his dog. And the cops are like, did you hit, you know, got a call, you know, did you hit this guy? And my dad's like, oh no, I just got home. But he did shoot my dog, and I'm trying to put him to rest. And he's like, but did you hit him? Or were you threatening him? He's like, he's an old man. Old people fall all the time.
Right.
And the cop just kind of was like, yep, all right, got it.
Oh my
And
God.
that motherfucker got cited. So he got cited for animal cruelty and something else. He is now. He had a heart attack and died.
Oh.
Which is funny, and my dad likes to take credit that he thinks that he gave him a heart attack because
My dad tells people that I could kill you using only my words.
yep, that's my father. Because my dad did see him a couple times in town and chased him.
Oh my God.
Just to let him know, hey, yeah. So
Oh, I would have killed somebody. I would go to jail.
yep, my dad was about to.
Touched one of my, I'm not kidding. I would fucking go to jail.
They're precious.
So fucking come at me.
I got dogs.
Don't touch my babies.
Okay, I think
Actually, I have a story.
Story time.
No. Like I'm just telling you, I have a story in my book about something kind of happening with a neighbor and my dad doing the same thing, like marching across the street to her property line, smoking and flicking the fucking cigarettes onto her property.
On 7th?
Yes.
I remember this.
Mary.
Yep.
Yeah, and we called her the Hell Lady because her
Yeah.
license plate was THL.
I'm going to brag about you for a second.
Oh, whatever.
And I'm going to put you on the spot.
Okay.
Kayli, one of her many talents is storytelling. Obviously, that's why we have story time. But she also has written a book that will be published and available to the public soon. So for now, what I would like to do is have some excerpts, some readings from your book based on your life and true events and people that we know, called On a Buffalo Wing and a Prayer.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Oh my God. Okay. So yeah, give us a little taste and
Yeah,
what you got? What you got?
I'm trying to find something that would be fitting for. This is random, but it's called Frog Lake, circa 1994. My mom and dad thought it was about time for another camping trip. Us kids didn't really have an opinion, but we did like the sound of the place we were going. The last time we all went camping together, my mother was on her period and we were terrified she would attract a bear, so my dad volunteered to stay up and watch over the campsite, or the food, if you ask me. I don't think it's possible to patrol anything when you're 4 hot dogs deep trying to get the perfect roast on a marshmallow. The time after that, we made it one day, roughing it, living off the land before we realized there was a cable hookup, so we sent for a TV. Then got rained out of our campsite, and we were forced to load everything back up into the van and drive home, wet, at 2 a.m. But, past behind us, we loaded up our van this time and set out on winding hills, passing dense forests, and peered out our windows at scary drop-offs that would bring any passenger to an early grave. As Mount Hood came closer into view, our ears would pop from the change of elevation, mine from chewing jerky, but still, they popped. We stopped at least 6 times before reaching the campground for groceries. Food was important. If we were going to be somewhere for a day and a half, we were going to eat 3 days worth that time. We arrived, found our spot, and my parents began arguing over how and where exactly they should pitch the tent. My dad wanted to use directions. My mom believed she could feel it out. They argued and bickered the tent into existence, with more than a few road bumps, like when my dad thought a tent stake's purpose was to hold a sandwich together. She explained how it would fly up on one side without it. He told her he would sleep in that corner of the tent if he could keep it. Finally, settled and full from our fully established buffet, we decided to venture down into the infamous Frog Lake that we had heard nothing about. Forgive my reading, guys. I'll redo this another day.
No.
In my mind, and I've learned in the minds of my brothers, we all just assumed that the lake was shaped like a frog. Perhaps frogs were very popular seasonally. Not much thought went into it as a kid. However, upon approaching the shore of the lake, we all were smacked with the dark and squirmy reality of why this place had been given its name. What looked like millions of tadpoles and frogs swarmed every single centimeter of this place. Every puddle, shallow pool of water, and solitary pebble was joined by a tadpole or a frog. Zach immediately wanted to pick up the tadpoles and pop their heads. Jeremy wanted to leave. My mother was in shock, trying to fight frogs out from between her toes, and I wanted frog legs. For me, the buffet only continued. My father, the cook he is, brought a lighter and a bottle of teriyaki sauce, and we were all set for lunch. We tried to make the best of this ridiculous situation. Realizing swimming was absolutely out of the question, we somehow managed to get a raft and decided to just hang out on the lake. I'm sorry. It's just because I remember these things. After checking the weight capacity printed on the bright yellow rubber and instilling the fear of death in all of us, we decided we would take turns. I couldn't bear to think my whole family could drop to their death in a capsized raft into a pool of frogs. It wasn't classy. It was not a classy way to go. Turns were taken, laughter echoed all around the lake, when suddenly tragedy struck. My dad was stung by a bee. I thought the lake was going to start boiling. My dad's flesh would begin bubbling and popping. My mother would scream and cover our eyes. I've heard about my dad being allergic to bees since I was halfway out of my mother's vagina. He has told me that he would die, that he would stop breathing, that it would be his last sting. In a panicking fit, my mother and myself in the raft, I could see my father on the shore, flailing his arms and pacing, mouthing the words to Jeremy and Zach, "I'm going to die." My mother gripped the oars, bared down like Meryl Streep in River Wild, and had her way with the sea. I tried to lean in the direction of my father to help out. Those 2 minutes felt like hours, watching my father writhe in agony. We were quickly on shore. My mother played the hero and worked her magic. When we got back to the campsite, I was surprised to see my dad alive after his sudden brush with death. I kept trying to sneak a peek at the wound, again, expecting a war zone on his flesh. The bastard accidentally got lazy, and I saw it, though. It just looked like a fat mosquito bite stung him. I guess fat recognizes fat. I recognized Dad that day as a drama king. The competition was on, and at that point I decided I, too, was allergic to bees. Deathly allergic. I'll stop there. Stop there. Sorry, that was so long.
No.
So long.
I love it.
I butchered it, but...
No, not at all. So that book is coming out in the near future. You better look
redo
alive.
that one. We will redo that.
No.
I'll just record it. I'll record it on my notes or my voice memos one day.
Mm-hmm.
Correctly. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'll do it.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Tracks.
And then you can just play those.
Wonderful.
Because I won't have cotton mouth. And then you can hear
that's
That's a pet
ASMR.
peeve. I know.
It's AS.
We just lost
Sounds like
so many
something else.
listeners.
I know. I vaguely remember a couple stories about your time in New York and coming across some celebrities. And I was just
yeah. I see. I just forget about them. Billy Joel.
That's right.
Yeah, he would go to the Starbucks.
It wasn't Billy Idol. It was Billy Joel.
Well, he lives in...
When you worked at Starbucks?
Yep.
Okay, tell it. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, I didn't even know who he was.
What? The piano
I served him fucking coffee like 4 times, and then finally this...
Chelsea Anderson
this
would
girl,
shit herself.
Megan, who worked there, which is fucking hilarious. She's like, you know that is right. And I'm like, no. She's like, that's Billy fucking Joel. I'm like, seriously? She's like, I can't with you. I can't. You don't know that's Billy fucking Joel. And I'm like, yeah.
And then she starts smearing a
I
bagel.
tried to look it up to see what he looked like or what he sang. I know. And here's why. My dad hated Billy Joel and Elton John because it's a rivalry piano player thing. Meanwhile, my dad's exactly like fucking Elton John. Like, let's get real. You know what I mean?
It's like if Elton John and Billy Joel had a baby, it would be
Jerry Dawn.
Jerry Dawn.
Oh my god! Yes!
We just figured it out.
That's hilarious. Winnie. Oh my god.
That's what is it?
Jerry Bowl.
That's how if you flip them.
Yeah, Jerry Bowl.
And then we saw Danny DeVito.
What? Okay, I need to hear about that.
He was just walking down Glen Street, like the town, and we were just like, "Holy shit!"
Just by himself?
Right? Yeah, I think so. Like,
Danny
if there was
DeVitoing
somebody
it
with
up?
him, they were like, a little behind him. But
What year was that?
That was like 2000, right when I moved back. So 2009 or 10.
Wow.
And then, oh my god,
Today?
that's weird.
Happy birthday, Danny DeVito.
You're great. You're great. Billy Madison. I mean, not Billy. Fucking Adam Sandler and Chris Rock filmed something about like weddings, like in-laws or something like that, on my street. So
Where you
like,
lived?
yeah, like so every day we would drive by and there's like their trailers set up and their costumes out and everything, and then into the restaurant. Are you serious? What the fuck is your name?
I'm thinking of Natalie Portman.
No. Oh shit! She came to my house to drop off Amy.
Yeah.
After a catering event. I forgot about that too.
And Alicia Keys ordered from you guys, right?
I don't know Alicia Keys' story, but
well, I'll ask Jeremy.
what's her fucking name? The famous
Kate
singer?
McKinnon.
Kate McKinnon definitely came in. She was a regular.
Saturday Night Live.
Yes.
That's what we'll call her.
But a singer, she dances around with shawls and.
Stevie Nicks?
Stevie Nicks came in and
What?
she told me that she liked my hair and I was like, oh my god, Stevie Nicks.
But how
just
did
told
she
me that
say it?
I like your hair.
I like your hair.
I was like, oh my god, did that really
Was that
fucking happen?
Starbucks?
No, that was the Cactus.
Wow.
And then the guy from Goo Goo Dolls.
Wait, nobody knows his name. He's Goo Goo.
No, or he sang that song in City of Angels.
Yeah, Goo Goo.
Is that him?
Yeah,
Goo Goo
Goo Goo.
Dolls. Yeah,
That's
the
Goo Goo
lead
Dolls.
singer of that. He came in too.
That's just Goo Goo Dolls.
All right,
That's what I call him. Just like Tim Allen is Home Improvement.
that makes
That's his
sense.
name.
That
I don't
makes
have that
sense.
many celebrity encounters.
Yeah, I don't
I have
really
a couple.
care.
Yeah,
Not
I
to
don't.
be
I
like
mean,
a
they're just
dick.
people. No, I get it. But it's always interesting because they look different, and they're always short.
Bates. I saw Kathy
What?
Bates when I was in college. That was cool.
Dolores
Yeah.
fucking Claiborne.
And I was just like,
where? I need to. Can you
right
expand?
near American Musical and Dramatic Academy. So it's Upper West Side.
What was she doing?
Just walking across the street because she was apparently, we found out later, like dating one of the professors at the school. At that time, they shared an apartment that was right near it. So it was like,
Was it a lady?
What? Yes, it was a lady.
Nice.
Me, my friend, I think my friend Cassie and my friend Megan, we were all just standing there going to get lunch, and she just walked, and all of us just stopped. We were like, "Was that fucking Kathy Bates? Like, holy shit!"
See, I don't normally get starstruck, but I am a huge fan, and I think she
she's
is so
amazing.
incredibly talented.
She's amazing.
Definitely somebody I look up to. So I would be excited. I wouldn't be like,
I might,
but I would be like,
I
oh
might
my gosh.
fangirl a little bit with Kathy Bates.
I think it's
Carol Burnett.
allowed. Oh, of course. If Robin Williams were here.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Jessica Lange.
Oh my goodness.
I have like a lady boner for her acting.
She is.
Yeah.
Have you've seen all of the American Horror Stories?
Not all of them, but most.
Most of them.
Yes.
Well,
Anything
she's
with
not-
her.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
not in all of them.
Yeah.
But the ones that she's in,
Yeah.
supreme.
She's fucking
Chef's
incredible.
kiss. She is incredible.
I do a good Jessica Lange.
I'd like to hear it. I'd like to hear it.
So when we do our impressions thing, when we're like,
Do it right now.
no, it's a whole scene.
Wow.
With the cigarette and everything. Yes,
Yeah. Okay.
I'll do my Jessica Lange. It's good. Just remembered. I have no
I'll write it
beverage,
down.
and I keep doing that. Do you see me? Check.
That's good. I did the same.
You want a soda?
Yeah. I do.
Okay, hang on.
And I'm going to tell a story. I'm going to tell a story about my most recent celebrity encounter because it was epic. And no, I don't get starstruck really either, but check this shit out.
How would you know?
How would you know?
If you haven't had many encounters, huh?
It's true. I haven't had many.
One of them might take
but I've
you.
had some really good ones, and this is probably the best one.
Well, yeah.
So James and I, a little preamble to
Precursor? Pre-game?
Yeah,
Pre-cum.
yes.
Prediction.
James and I got married recently, and we had some airline tickets that we had to use before a certain time period, or we lose them.
So sad for you.
I
You
know.
had free tickets.
We paid for them.
Okay.
But we decided, okay, we're getting married. Let's just have a little mini moon with our free
Right.
tickets. And we went to Colorado because my childhood best friend, who you need to meet, Deidre,
Don't
is
tell me
there.
what to do.
I'll decide.
I really just
I'm older, wiser, stronger,
tell me what to
better,
do.
faster, stronger. I'm sorry.
I'm big and you're small. I'm right and you're wrong.
Happy
and there's
birthday!
nothing that you can do about it. Danny.
Danny DeVito.
Dee Dee, it's what I call him because we're close. I call him at home.
Don't call him that. Don't fucking lie to me. So
Dee Dee.
James and I are in Colorado, and before we get there, we decide to look up the incredible music venue there called Red Rocks Amphitheater.
Yeah.
You've been there, right?
Mhm.
It is breathtaking, even if you're not there for a show. Just
Yeah. Which I wasn't, so.
Yeah. So you get it. I mean, it's not breathtaking only because it's 1,000 feet in the air and that you have to climb a million stairs to
Right.
get up, but it's just gorgeous. It looks prehistoric. It's amazing.
It's awesome.
So we decide to look up, hey, are there going to be any shows there that coincide with our trip? And
Just so happens.
one of our favorite silly artists, Marc Rebillet, was going to be playing.
Which, thanks for introducing me to him because he's really fucking funny.
He's hysterical and he's so talented.
It's really, really funny.
Yeah.
I watched a bunch of his stuff on Instagram after.
It's
and I
so
think
funny.
he was in New York,
Yeah.
for a while.
Yeah,
doing
that's where
shit like,
I think that's where he's based.
He's
is
from
East
or
Coast.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that.
And
if
I
you don't
didn't-
know who Marc Rebillet
Yeah.
is, check him out. It's MARC, and then his last name is REBILLET. It's French.
So nothing like labia.
No, nothing like labia, minora, or
Right.
majora.
Happy
So-
Hanukkah. I'm sorry. You said menorah.
Menorah.
So I said Happy Hanukkah. You hear him? There's like a demon underneath my laugh.
So Marc Rebillet,
Mhm.
check him out. He does anyway. So we got tickets to a show. James surprised me and got tickets in the 6th row.
That's awesome.
And we decided, you know what? This is our honeymoon. We brought our wedding fits. Our wedding fits are basically matching sweatsuits. His was black. Mine's white.
Yeah.
Obviously, virgin. And I don't know why that's funny.
Because you're a whore.
So we're bopping around Colorado the day of the concert. And before we got there, James and I had been talking about making signs that say just married.
Right.
Because part of Mark's shows are improvised. Most of it is improvised. And he is the loop daddy. So he uses a looper, creates beats, et cetera, et cetera. He gets people to record sounds and then he makes it into a song. And we just thought, you know what? We're in the 6th row.
Yeah.
James convinced me. He's like, you know what? We should do that. That's a good idea. Let's just do it. So we went, got the supplies, made just married signs that were big and bold.
Mm-hmm.
I carried the just, he carried the married. He's going around. It's concert time.
Right.
He's doing his thing. And I could tell that he kind of clocks us because we
That's so exciting.
it was, and we kind of nervously get our signs out. We're not trying to put them in people's faces because we're in the front,
Yeah.
but we're like, let's just see.
We're married.
He makes a beeline for us. He's interviewing people and they're going, what? And he gets to me and he's like, what?
Mm-hmm.
And he puts his arm on my shoulder and I say, we just got married. And he smiles really big and he goes, get the fuck up here.
That's
And so
awesome.
we follow him. We follow him to the stage.
Winnie, stop it.
He helps me. Thanks for helping tell the story, Winnie.
Thanks for ruining everything, Winnie.
He helps
Pipples
my
suck.
fat ass get off the stairs and onto the stage. James forgets his married sign, so I've got a sign that just says just autism. on the stage. The audience was wonderful. The type of people that he attracts are just very sweet, genuine, good vibes, silly.
And it just, I mean, you have to play the video because it just looks like a good time.
It was wonderful.
It really does. It just looks like.
He invites us on stage. James gives me a smooch in front of 9,000 people.
Right, which is the coolest fucking memory.
So cool. Marc writes us 2 songs for our wedding. We're on stage for like 15 minutes. And I'm kind of frozen. Not completely, but I'm just kind of taking it in because this was our first show at Red Rock. So that's just awesome in and of itself. Our seats were incredible. Mm-hmm. And now we're being invited on stage with one of our favorite artists. And we're looking at this almost sold out venue. That wasn't a slide, just to say that it was full. Almost sold out. And it was incredible. So, and sweet people, speaking of in the audience, we have about 3 different versions of that via video. And I will post a little clip later.
Yeah,
but
you totally should.
that was the coolest. What do you think, James?
You know how many times I've...
yeah, crazy experience. Unmatched. Never going to happen again. And
never
it just
say
kind
never.
of all fell into place that way.
It was pretty serendipitous.
It's meant to
never
be.
say never.
It's meant to be.
Anyway, so that was my coolest and most recent celebrity encounter, I guess.
Do you know how many times I've thought about that story since I saw the video? Just angry that I wasn't the girl that got to sing the wedding song.
I'm angry. I
really was like, I should have been there. And I could have done some cool
I wish
shit.
I understood
and
that
then
what he was
it.
asking. So what Kayli's referring to is he was looking for a... he wanted to know what the wedding march was called.
He couldn't remember the bum,
Baca
bum,
Bells.
ba-dum,
Yeah,
bum,
and I didn't
bum,
realize that's what he
ba-dum.
was asking. Otherwise, I would have done it. He comes up to me, he's like, "Do you know what it is?" And I'm like, "I'm sorry, I don't."
I'm freaking out. I'm freaking out right now.
And so he gets a girl from the audience. She was so nice. Her name's Holly. Hey, Holly.
Hey.
This gets you. Probably
no
not.
offense.
Whatever.
Can't sing.
She said it, not me. It's true. But she was precious.
Holly, don't be mad,
I know.
please.
Don't be mad. You sang on the
It
stage
was
at Red
perfect.
Rocks, and I didn't.
It was amazing.
It was good, and
I'm
she was so
jealous.
sweet, and she kept kind of reminding me to be in the moment because we're both like looking at each other and we're like, I can't believe this is happening because he's right there, and we get to see him mix and do his thing. And anyway, thanks for listening.
I was on Good Morning America with Drew. Remember?
Oh yeah,
We made signs.
were you guys dressed up like ladybugs or something?
Dressed up like ladybugs. And she made me get up at like fucking 3 a.m. to be the first people that showed up there. We stayed in Jersey and we had to sleep on a fucking futon together, our fat asses. So I just kept saying like, "You're pouring into the crevasse," because she just kept sinking into the middle of the fucking futon. It's a no drink state. There's no alcohol for me to fucking have the night before this stupid bullshit event. I had to wear cotton balls shoved in my ears because she was snoring so loud. You fucking whore, Drew. Congratulations on the marriage. But yeah, 3 in the fucking morning, we get on a fucking subway to another subway to a train to get down because this is her dream. And she had me make signs the night before that said, "This is where the real show is at," with arrows pointing at us.
Oh my god. Did you guys have video of that?
Yes, we were on TV.
Hell yeah. I forgot about that.
And we almost won the fucking best costume just because our signs were so funny. But
Who won?
the girls right next to us, and I still to this day don't know what the fuck they were dressed as.
Let's rewatch it. We'll watch it live. Let's watch it live.
But yeah.
Hey, guess what? You can give us a call and ask for advice.
Oh my God. We have a phone line now.
So give us a call and tell us a story. Something funny, something sad,
Something,
serious. Ask for advice. Or if you have a prank call request, let us know that too.
You can reach us at 971-361-9227.
Write that down.
971-361-9227. Woo!